Hi. Happy wonderful Wednesday. Y'all come on in. Take a break. Take a breather. Come on in the room. It's Humany again. Come on in. I'm just listening to one of my faves. Resting on His Promise by Youthful Praise and JJ Hairston. The song is talking about resting on the promises of God. That's what we're going to talk about today, y'all. I don't sing because I don't really sing that well, but y'all can hear it. He's saying, I'm resting on His promise. I know He's working that out for me. Come on in the room. Don't be scared. Come on in. Come on in. We won't be here long. Just come on in. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Listen. Got a word again. Told y'all. Lord just be talking. He just be talking. And I just be listening. Be listening. So today, I've titled today's Catch a Word. Because that we came to just catch a word. Title it, The Almond Tree is Awake. What in the world is she talking about? The almond tree is awake. Listen, this word, and the Lord gave it to me last night as I was sitting up studying, preparing for our upcoming 40-day prayer fast. So, Girl Hurt No More, our conference, our annual conference, which is March 21st through the 23rd, ladies. I keep reminding you, it is March 21st through the 23rd of this year, 2024. It's the Girl Hurt No More conference, and the theme is Healing Waters. Okay? It is inspired by my fourth book, Girl Hurt No More, Healing Waters. Available on Amazon. If you're local, just hit me up. I have some copies still available. But it's on Amazon. Girl Hurt No More, Healing Waters. So this year's conference is based off of that. I'm telling you, y'all, it is going to be dynamic. If you have gotten anything from any of these words that the Lord has allowed me to share from January 6th to today, January 24th, you want to be in the building. I'm telling you, we have dynamic speakers. We have interactive activities. We got a whole banquet for you, an all white formal event. It is going to be amazing. And it's only $35, ladies, because we have a sponsor, Peaceful Believers Church, that is blessing this conference, that believes in the vision, and they are blessing this conference. So they want it to be extremely affordable. And so we thank God for our sponsors. So ladies, jump on the opportunity. There are limited seats, and so you don't want to wait. I'm telling you, you don't want to wait. So in preparing for that, we are doing a 40-day prayer fast. If you would like to be a part of that, inbox me. That way I know you're serious, because I'm not sharing it with everybody. But inbox me and join the movement, because our hearts and our minds are going to be ready to receive whatever the Lord is going to give us. And we are in great expectation, because we know He's going to move and He's going to do some powerful things. I'm telling y'all, this is my warning. You might want to jump on it. I had someone today ask me, hey, men can't come. No, sorry, man. Not this year. It's not a co-ed conference. We are empowering women this year. But next year, hey, it might be your season to come to a joint conference. We don't know. We're going to keep praying about it. We're going to ask God to show us what we need to do. But women, take full advantage of this opportunity. I'm telling you, it's going to be powerful. So, in preparing for that, reading, the Lord started talking to me about the almond tree. And I'm like, Lord, what are you talking about? And so He kept reminding me about the promises. Remember, this whole catch a word is stemming from the lessons that I'm learning in this season. Okay? You may not be learning the same lessons. It's okay. That's our favorite phrase. It's okay. If you don't agree with everything, it's okay. I promise it'll be okay. But this is what the Lord is revealing to me in this season right now. So while reading, the Lord kept saying, Unity, my promises, don't forget what I've promised you. Don't forget what I'm promising you. And I have to keep reminding myself when the enemy tries to come in my ear and says that'll never happen, it's not going to work, you're never going to see it happen. I have to keep reminding myself of the promises of God. No, Lord, you spoke this word, your word says, I'm believing it, I'm resting on your promise. That's why I played that song for y'all. Set the atmosphere. So I rest or stand on the promises of God. So he took me to Jeremiah 1, and I'm going to read verses 11 and 12. Jeremiah 1 verses 11 and 12. And it says, the ESV version says, and the word of the Lord came to me. This is Jeremiah talking, young prophet about to start his ministry. The word of the Lord came to me saying, Jeremiah, what do you see? Remember we had something about that before, about our vision. When we can't see things, that's a problem. And now the Lord is asking him, what do you see? Prophetically, spiritually, even in the natural, what do you see? And I said, Jeremiah said, I see an almond branch. Then the Lord said to me, you have seen well, for I am watching over my word to perform it. So at first read, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, he saw an almond branch. What does that mean? But if you keep digging and digging into the almond tree, and remember I said this catchy word is called the almond tree is awake. Jeremiah saw an almond branch, and the Lord told him, you saw well. Check. Good job, boy. Your vision is clear. You saw well. Well, almond trees flower in January and February, y'all. What month we in now? January, almost February. So around this time, depending on the region, an almond tree is flowering now. Okay, and so it's one of the earliest trees to flower in the season. It's one of the earliest trees. It wakes up, metaphorically. It wakes up earlier than anything else. And so it wakes up before the other trees that wait to bloom or produce fruit. So other trees are waiting until the springtime to wake up and to start producing fruit. But the almond tree is already awake. That's a prophetic word for somebody out there. The almond tree is already awake. And what does that mean? It's ready to produce and perform and do what it does. See, I brought me some almonds in a little baggie because I love almonds. I love them for many different reasons. When I'm on fast, I eat my almonds. I even want to start drinking almond milk. Almonds are very nutritional, very beneficial to us. And I love the fact that the almond tree does not wait for any other tree to produce any fruit. I'm going to get this party started right now. This is what I'm thinking the almond tree says. I'm not waiting. I am going to set the tone for this year. This is January, y'all. This is around the time where the almond tree is waking up and ready to produce fruit. Look, we have a God that neither sleeps nor slumbers. He's always watching the word he has spoken over his creation. That's the beauty about it. We serve a God that never sleeps, never slumbers, nothing catches him off guard. And I love the fact that he's constantly watching over the word that he has spoken, watching over his creation. When he said, let there be, that's a word that he spoke, and he's watching over it. In Genesis, it says that he hovered over all of it. I'm just looking over all of the stuff that I've created. I'm watching how things are moving and going and doing. See, some of us think that the enemy is so powerful that he is pulling strings and he's doing all of these different things. Listen, God is just sitting back watching over his word. I told you that was going to happen. But I need some other things to happen first. I need some other things to come in alignment so that this can happen. So whatever the promise of God, whether those are promises that we feel are good and prosperous promises or other promises, because there are other promises, that the Lord has given us. All right. He says, his son is the way, the truth, and the light. And if you don't go through, how can anybody get to the Father except through the Son? And so if you're not going through his son, you're taking an alternate route. That's a promise also. So that hey, listen, I know how to get to the Father. I'm going to go through the Son. He's watching over his word. So we can't just nitpick and pull and, which word is, he's watching over all of his word. And so I love that God is keeping track of what he has promised us, and he will make sure the promise is fulfilled. In this season, be like me. Start writing down the promises of God. God, what are some of the things, as I'm studying my Bible, I'm starting to write down various scriptures like, ooh, that sounds like a promise. Ooh, that sounds like a promise. Ooh, that sounds like a promise. Oh, I should be a lender, not a bar. That sounds like a promise. I'm the head and not that sounds like a promise. I shall live and not die. Oh, that sounds like another promise. In this season, you're going to need to know your word. The almond tree is awake. Let me clarify. He is the almond tree in this situation. The almond tree is awake, and not only is it awake, it's waiting to perform. I'm watching over my word, and I am just waiting. It's like he's in anticipation, like, ooh, wait until she sees how I'm going to do this thing here. She stayed faithful. She stayed trusting me. Wait until, the author, when I was reading this book, he talked about how his mother was one that loved to give, right? And so she loved to give her gifts early because she loved to see the expression on people's faces. And I'm like that also, right? Many of us are like that. You buy somebody a gift and you just wait around. It's not that you want anything in return, but you can't wait to see their expression because you got them just what they asked for, right? Good parents do that, right? We go and get our kids, I hate to say it, what they ask for many times. Should we? Probably not. But oftentimes we get them what they ask for. How much more can our Father, God, give us what we ask for? He is not going to give us something that is just, unless it's not in his will. Now, remember, I'm talking about the stuff that we ask for that's in his will, not selfish, ambitious stuff that will bring glory to his name, right? We ask for that, and because he's such a good Father, he's like, got it. I was going to do that anyway, but wait until she unwraps his gift. Wait until she unwraps. Yeah, she might not like the package that I wrapped it in. Whatever. She'll be okay. It's going to be okay. But she's going to love what she sees when she unwraps this thing. That is what God is doing. He's awake, he's alive, and he's watching his word and making sure it comes to fulfillment. And I love how he is tracking it. He never forgets, right? Sometimes we think, well, God, you forgot about me. Like when Jesus was walking, we talked about this the other day, and Jairus stopped him. Hey, my daughter's dying. I'm going to need you to come to my house. Okay, we really need you right now. And Jesus is headed there, but then this woman with this issue comes tapping at his garment, right? And he stops. If I'm Jairus, I'm like, bruh, like, come on now. I was here first. Like, I don't need you distracted. I don't need you stopping. I really, really need you to come now. But Jesus didn't forget about him. He said, no, I got you. I told you, I got you. And he went and handled the situation. When Martha ran up to him when her brother died, she's like, Master, if you were here, he wouldn't have died. See, you delayed and you took all your time. If you were here, he wouldn't have died. And Jesus is like, chill, man, I intentionally delayed. I bet he gets tired of us, right? He loves us, but I bet he gets tired. Like, come on, man. Listen, I know what I'm doing. That's for somebody there. He knows what he's doing. He don't need you to tell him what to do. He don't need you to give him your timetable. He knows exactly what he is going to do. You're never late, Tawana. You're right on time. He knows exactly. So nothing surprises him. Jesus knew Lazarus was done, looked dead, because he said he's just sleeping. It's all right. I am the resurrection power. That's what he's saying. What? He's dead. That means nothing. Okay. I am the resurrection. So let's do this. That's what he said. Let's do this. And then, but Martha even said, even now, even in my brother's dead state, I know you have the power to come and raise him back. And Jesus like, bet. I told you, this is how I hear the Lord speaking. I'm sorry. It's not how it is in the book. It's the Humany translation. I'm sorry. But he's like, bet. I'm glad you believe, because I'm coming. I'm coming. And what did he do? Just what he said he was going to do. So the almond tree is awake. God is the almond tree. When he asked Jeremiah, hey, what do you see? I need you to see. When you start your ministry, your walk with me, when you start this 2024 with me, God is saying, I'm going to need you to know that I'm alive and I'm awake. And that I am watching over my word, because I'm ready and waiting to perform it. When things start falling into place as I have planned them to play and to fall into place, I am going to do what I said I was going to do. So he does not sleep, nor does he slumber, y'all. He has not forgotten what he has promised you. We've got to just hold on to that word and wait patiently for him to do what he said he was going to do. So that's our word today. We are encouraged. 2 Peter 3:9 talks about that God is patient towards us, not wanting anyone to perish, but to come to full repentance. Remember, I said one of his promises is, you need to go through my son. That's my free gift to me. For you to come through him to get to me. And he's given us all time. I'm giving you time. You can see creation. You can think whatever you want to think. However, this is my promise, that he is the way, the truth, and the light. No man can get to the Father except through the Son. So he's given us time. And that's how gracious and patient he is. He's given us time so that he does not come down with the promise of condemnation. No, I'm giving you time. And on the other end, he's given us time to be ready to receive what he would have for us. Many of us want the promises now, but we're not ready for the promises now. And being a good father, he's not going to give us something that we're not ready and we can't be good stewards about. My son wants a car so bad. Yeah, he's 16. Yeah, he's going to take that driver's test. Yeah, he'll probably get a regular driver's license. He has the restrictors. He'll probably get a regular driver's license. But is he ready for a car? No. I still got to teach him some more. He's still got to experience some things, right? And that is how a good parent does. And that is what God is doing for many of us. He is just I'm molding you. I'm grooming you. You're going to get it. Be patient. It's going to come. Remember, I'm watching over it. I'm the one that spoke it. He says, I'm watching over it. And in the fulfillment of time, when you are ready and when everything is aligned, you're going to see the manifestation of it. So it is January, almost February. I'm almost jumping into March. I'm so excited about the women's conference, y'all. Y'all better sign up. End of January, beginning of March, April, that almond tree is getting ready to produce fruit. Are you ready? If not, get ready. The almond tree is awake. It's ready. We've got to get ready. So, let's ask the Lord to help us get ready. God, help me get ready for all of the things that you promised me. And thank him in advance for being such a gracious God and for always answering our prayers and for always responding to our needs. Lord, I thank you. I may not understand it. I may want you to hurry up and do it. But I thank you that you're always going to give me what I'm ready for and what you've already prepared for me. I'm not trying to get anybody else's blessings. I want my own, because they fit who you've made me to be and the path that you've set for me. So that is our prayer. Lord, teach us how to wait, teach us how to be patient, and help us to be prepared. So, like and share this word. If you say, I don't like none of that, I don't agree with any of that, guess what? It's going to be okay. That's the beauty of it. It's going to be okay. But if you were touched, if anything pricked you, hit that like button, hit that share button. It could be a blessing to somebody else and an encouragement to somebody else. Okay? So, I appreciate your time. I told you I wouldn't be before you long. Guess what? You're going to see me again. When? Tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.